One of the biggest reasons why e-commerce brands cannot run profitable meta ads is because their average order value is too low. A low average order value makes it hard to achieve profitable customer acquisition cost, but there's a simple solution to increasing average order value, which I'm going to share with you in today's video. By applying this solution and increasing your average order value, you unlock lower CPAs and more profitability, and as a result, it becomes much easier to scale. So let's get right into the video. First of all, some proof that I'm qualified to speak on the topic of growing e-commerce brands. This is just a client that we work with last 30 days, $838,000 in revenue. If you're new here, we work with a handful of 7- and 8-figure brands. Our goal is to take our brands to 8 figures, and we do that through multiple different services. On the customer acquisition side, we're focused on media buying, CRO, ad creative, landing pages. And on the customer retention side, we're focused on email marketing and SMS marketing, but also overall retention and lifecycle marketing strategy, including lifetime value numbers, etc. So yeah, just wanted to get that out of the way. But let's get right into the video. I'm going to be sharing an example of a brand that's doing very well on ads and running a funnel that is crushing for them. And what I'm going to be sharing with you today is not just the funnel itself, the landing pages that they're using, but specifically the offer structure that they're using, which, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, is what's going to allow you to unlock that profitability. Now, I'm going to go through this in detail and really just give you guys the deep dive as to how this works and how you can apply it to your own brand as well. And just also take you through some additional examples. And if you want this document, it's a master offer document, you can comment down below. I'll send it over to you for free. So yeah, let's get right into it. This is the advertorial that this brand is running. They sell these hair supplements. It's basically a hairspray, which we're going to be focusing on today. And you spray this on your hair, and it's going to help you grow back hair, basically, right? So this product is perfect for an advertorial. The angle that they've taken with this advertorial is going with like a doctor and an authority standpoint, which is always a great idea. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on the advertorial because I do have other videos on my channel going over this. I'll link those. You'll see those at the top of the screen. However, I do want to talk you through the structure of this, right? Because when you click through on this page, it takes you to an offer page, and then you go to the checkout. By the way, if you're a new viewer here, my name is Jordan Hayes. I actually run a marketing agency where we help e-commerce brands scale their revenue profitably. Now, if you're running an e-commerce brand, you're doing over 100K per month in revenue, and you're facing challenges with scale, maybe your ads or your funnel is not working as well as it used to or should be, or even if it's just a lack of time and resource to put into scaling this part of the business, then that's exactly what we help with. So down below this video, there'll be a link to book a call with me. We'll have a conversation about your business, learn more about the challenges, your objectives, and see if there's a fit for us to work together. Worst case scenario, I can provide some insights as we're seeing with our other clients to help you at your current stage of your business. And as I mentioned, this is for brands who are doing at least 100K per month in revenue, and they need help with scaling and obviously want to scale profitably. And in the way in which we help brands scale is we provide services across both customer acquisition and customer retention, done for you services which are completely hands-off. We take care of everything for you, and that includes media buying, CRO, landing pages, ad creative, email marketing, SMS marketing, overall growth strategy, lifetime value optimization, all that stuff, okay? So with that said, let's get back to the video. Now, breaking this out into a structure here, and specifically looking at the offer page and what the offer structure is that they're running, we can see that in the checkout, they're running this quantity break offer. What this means is that you structure the offer so that the more you buy, the more you save, basically, right? So usually it's buy 1, buy 2, buy 3. It could be buy 1, buy 3, buy 5. There's multiple different ways to go about it. This brand, they're doing buy 1, buy 2, and buy 3, right? As we can see here. And basically the goal here is that we want customers to buy more, right? That's going to allow us to increase our average order value, right? So as I pull this out right here, if the customer only buys 1, it's a $40 AOV. Not super high, right? It's very difficult to scale with that AOV. However, with the most popular option, if customers buy 2, they're spending $80, right? That's a big difference now. It's double the AOV. And we're giving them 2 products, but we're also giving them 2 free, right? So the perceived value of this is much higher, right? It's double the cost, but you're getting 4 products. The key with the quantity break offer, making it work for your brand, is perceived value. Most brands optimize towards the middle option because customers aren't that likely to go for the most expensive option on the first purchase. So let's try and get them to go for the second option. Now we need to structure that middle option very carefully to increase the perceived value depending on the amount we're asking them to spend, right? So as just an example here, $80, 4 months supply, you're getting 4 bottles. So it's a great deal there. Now I would go a step further and actually break out the unit cost here so that the customers can see how much they're paying per bottle, and that's just going to increase that perceived value even further. And then the higher tier of the offer is buy 3 and get 3 free, right? Still a great deal, and they've crossed the $100 threshold here, right? So unlikely the customers are going to go for this one. However, it creates a good benchmark and a good price anchor to this middle option, which ultimately we want customers to go for. Give you some examples of other offers like this. This one is a 1 month, 2 month, and a 4 month supply. Again, this brand does well because they have the standard servings. They have the amount per serving, as we can see here. However, they're optimizing towards the 4-month supply, right? Where you buy 3, get 1 free, 25% saving, and also they have the $1.73 standard saving here as well. With this offer, we can see there's buy 1, buy 3, get 50% off plus free gift, or buy 6 and get 70% off plus free gift. This is optimizing towards the middle, the £22 each, £19 each. This is what I was talking about, where you want to make it very clear as to how much the customer is saving. And by making this bigger, it seems like somehow subconsciously, psychologically, I'm spending $22, right? It seems less than this one, right? I'm like, this is just showing me $33. This one's showing me 22. My mind's telling me like it's lower. And even though like I'm gonna be spending 66 in total because I'm buying 3, but the bigger price here, it makes a difference, right? So small things with these quantity break offers is what you want to test. That's what's going to allow you to find what works best. This one right here, same thing, optimizing towards the middle. You buy 2, you get 25% off plus free gift. And then they have the per bottle savings and you save this much, okay? So last example here, and this is an interesting one because all these examples are consumable products, right? Products that you use up and you need to replace. However, this example here from Blissy, they're selling pillowcases, right? A pillowcase is not really something you would use up and need to replace. Maybe over the course of years, but it's not something that's top of mind. However, they're applying this quantity break offer pretty well, and they're optimizing towards the buy 3, get 1 free. And basically the whole angle with this is like you can buy it, you know, if you have multiple pillows on the bed, if you have, maybe you get one as a friend, you get one for your family member, like whatever it is, right? That is really what they're aiming towards. And as you can see, the price goes up and this is in dirhams, but you can see that it's actually lower, right? And that's the key, like showing the lower price per unit as the bigger price, because psychologically you're spending less per item, but it works really well. So this is the example here. Another dimension I wanted to go into was adding free gifts to this, right? Because you have the quantity break offer itself, but then you layer on top free gifts. And what this does is that it gamifies the offer and it gives additional value. And what this brand is doing is that if you purchase the 2, right, the middle option, you get 2 free gifts, right? If I only purchase 1, you can see that I only get 1 free gift, right? So it's additional incentive. And if I purchase 3, guess what? I get the 3rd gift as well. And it really important with free gifts here is that you just want to make sure you have the dollar values, right? And you cross those out and you say it's free, because that just is going to increase the perceived value, right? We also have the regular price down here, which again is important to increase perceived value, that they're actually getting all of this for free, right? And you can see here in the checkout summary that they're adding the values as well, and they're slashing and saying free, right? It's a typical, similar to like a value stack, but it's also price anchoring here as well, okay? So really important, like if you're running a quantity break offer and you're seeing that, okay, we're not really getting enough people to go for that middle option that we want, let's try and introduce some free gifts. And that could be like a very good way to increase the number of people who are opting in to the more expensive option, okay? Now let's talk about some additional elements that are going on here with this brand that are doing very, very well. Now, the first thing is that with a consumable product, the good thing is, especially if it's health related, you can set the scene and set the tone and the frame that you need this product for X amount of days, weeks, months, whatever it is, to see results, right? So this brand is saying for the hair under 16 weeks, and then you could say, okay, 1 bottle is gonna last you 4 weeks, right? So technically you need 4 bottles, right? 4 bottles, you can get it with a buy 2, get 2 free. So you're linking that back to ultimately what you want the customer to do. So that's just an example there. You could do that with health supplements. You could do it with, you can get really creative with this, right? And that's just an extra thing you can layer into this offer structure. Also, to add to this, another thing you can do throughout the checkout process is not only have upsells within the checkout, and if you're using Shopify, you're somewhat limited to this, right? You need to be on Shopify Plus. It is an option if you're on Shopify Plus. If you're not, what I'd recommend doing is having a post-purchase upsell, where after someone pays, before they reach the thank you page, you're introducing a post-purchase upsell, right? And that's really, it could be a downsell offer, right? Where you're saying, hey, buy 2 more of the same bottles, and this time it's like, instead of $39 each, it's $15 each, right? You're giving like a crazy deal. Or you could cross-sell a different product, right? So maybe that lash serum that we saw here, the eyebrow serum, the eyelash serum that we saw here. So one of these products could also be used as a cross-sell offer if someone doesn't go for that, right? If I go for the 2 option, then they might cross-sell me this serum that's only available here with the buy 3, get 3, right? So they might give me a one-time offer there, okay? So that's just something else you can do also to increase average order value, right? It's not just the offer structure itself, it's also the upsells throughout the process. So as I mentioned, this document right here has multiple different offer structures, not just quantity break offers, but gift for purchase, bundles, etc., right? There's multiple different offer structures you can apply to increase average order value, not just quantity break offers. I did want to share this with you guys because this brand is doing something very, very well with the quantity break offer that I wanted to share. So hopefully this was helpful, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.